guys, okay? The most important tools of a chef within the industry. What I'm going to do is today I'm going to give you a little bit of an introduction into the types of knives and the basic types of knives that you may have in your knife boxes and what you'll be using in the industry. And then I'm going to go through and run through with you how to look after them. And if you look after a good knife properly, it will last you a lifetime. Guys, before you start anything, before you even pick up a knife, what we need to do is first of all, we've got to make sure our workstation is clean. We tend to sanitize that before anyway. And the most important thing when using a knife is putting the chopping board on the table. If you're putting a chopping board on the table, what we need to do is we need to secure it. And you could put a wet paper towel down, but I tell you what, if you've got a Poundland, you can pick up rolls of this stuff and cut off plenty of it. And it's it's rubber as well. And that will prevent your board from slipping. If that board doesn't slip, you're less likely to be able to cut yourself, okay? And then what we'll do is we'll start with, for instance, first, if this is a steel, okay? Not a knife sharpener. It doesn't sharpen knives. It keeps an edge on a knife. So if you've got the edge on the knife, what you want to do is you want to be able to keep it there. And I'm just going to run through, before I sharpen any knives, is the basic set of knives that you may have in your box, because every knife that is designed to do a certain job. And you need to be able to choose the right tools and equipment for the right task that you are doing. This one here is a chef's knife. This is around about an 8-10 inch chef's knife. And what you'll do is, within your time within the industry, I would say about 80% of the time you're going to be using this knife. And these knives are designed, and how it's broken down is we have a heel and we have a toe. And these are designed for slicing and for chopping. So again, a perfect tool for you to use within the industry when you're doing vegetables, you're cutting meat and so on. What we also have then as well is, and this is a very important knife, this is a filleting knife. Now, these are designed to be able to bend and be flexible. Now, the reason we use these is we're using them then for filleting fish, taking the fillets off the fish and taking them off cleanly as well, and being able to scrape them through the bones. They're also very good for segmenting citrus fruit as well. So again, that's designed to bend. It's naturally supposed to do that. The next knife I have along here is a boning knife. And again, what we've got then is we've got a rigid blade on here. So this doesn't move. Now, we use this in the industry for taking off fat off meat, for tunnel boning joints of meat and so on. Any trimming, such as, let's say, racks of lamb, we want to French trim them as well. So this is the knife that we will use for that. We wouldn't slice a tomato or anything like that. That's purely for meat. And if we move on a little bit further on as well, we have a small knife. You'll find these in your boxes. This is a vegetable knife or a paring knife. So as you can see, it's a small knife, and we use this for small work, slicing cucumbers, slicing onions, tomatoes, and so on. So, and we wouldn't use that, guys, for peeling potatoes, all right, like you would at home. We would use a vegetable peeler for that. This would take off too many peelings, and therefore you're going to get wastage, okay? One more knife I want to bring your attention to as well is this one that's slightly hooked. You will see in the video demonstration on the vegetables that you will have a chef using this, and what it will do is it will turn vegetables into barrel shapes. So with this one, it's very different, that we hold it differently. We hold it like this with our thumbs, good strangling thumbs, to be able to turn potatoes, to be able to turn carrots and so on. So we hold this one totally differently. And then the last but not least, well, actually we've got two, we have a palette knife, okay? These are used for spreading, and they're very good for turning over food, let's say within a frying pan as well, without damaging it. So if we're frying, let's say, a pork scallop or something like that, or a fish cake, easy to get under and then turn over as well. And one knife you need to draw your attention to as well is a serrated edge knife. Now, we use these mainly for slicing, let's say, bread products, because what will happen is, and we can slice cold meats and so on with this, but bread products, what it does is you're using it as a sawing action, what will happen is it won't damage the actual bread itself, and it won't squash it down. So we need to be able to use that serrated edge.